Hi, my name's Neil Collett, and recently I made a post about a couple of false cuts I've been practicing up. I haven't got them perfect yet, so one of them is usable, one of them isn't yet. But the first one is a cut by David Acer, and it's from one of the Natural Selections books. I think probably volume 1. I did have volume 1 and volume 2. So the cut's called the Trinary cut by David Acer, and it looks like this. And basically what it is, it's a full deck false cut. So if we look at the 2 of hearts is on the top of the deck and the Queen of clubs on the bottom of the deck, when I've completed the cut, the 2 cards will still be in the same place. I did kind of hang up there a little bit, but the 2 should still be on the top and the Queen on the bottom, Queen of clubs, yeah. So let me just do that again a little bit more smoothly for you. That's what the cut looks like. Basically you're swinging the top half over, then the middle of the deck, and then the bottom of the deck on the top, and then cutting the top and the middle back to the top, if that makes any sense. I can't go through the finer points on here because of course that would be exposure, but if you look up Natural Selections by David Acer, it's quite an easy false cut actually to learn. It's one of those ones you can sort of pick up in a day or so. And you can see that I haven't been working the cards today, so my hands aren't quite warmed up yet. But there you go. I can still do it reasonably well enough to manage it. David Acer does it really fast, by the way. I would mention that I'm 53 years old and I don't have very good feeling in my hands anymore through some other things. So if I can manage it, most people probably can. The other cut that I was struggling with is one from a long time ago. I had the book years ago, started to learn the cut, and gave up on it at the time because there was just a very awkward bit in it and I got distracted with other things. And then recently, although I haven't got the book anymore, I remembered what I was trying to learn earlier on. It's a cut by Hooser, and I'm fairly sure, but not 100% sure, that it was from Joshua Jay's first major magic book, which was, I think, Magic Atlas, and this was a cut by Hooser. And what was a little bit more complicated with this one is the deck was divided into 4, and what's basically happening is 2 of the portions transpose one another and the cut is completed that way. So it's a fairly complex cut to do, and the point is I tried for a long time and couldn't quite get past there really at first, and then eventually got to here, and then struggling to get these 2 packets round each other. But it's beginning to come together now, and I don't do it at a fast speed because I haven't got the hands for it. One is the Trinary cut, which is fairly easy to do. A little tip I can give you, and remember I can't tip it because you kind of have to buy the book or if there's a DVD or something, but it's a Trinary cut by David Acer. I'll just give one tip. If you're trying to learn it from having the book yourself, your first pack that you cut off should be a thin pack. I found that tends to help, and keep the biggest packet in the cut is the bottom packet. So your first 2 cuts, make them quite thin, and it just seems to make it a little bit easier to complete the cut. And on this move, on the Hooser one, when you're transposing the 2 packets here, this packet should be pushed up as high as you can, and it'll clear the packet below it, makes it a little bit easier. So that's the Trinary cut and Hooser's cut, which I can't remember the name of. But there you go, there's a couple of cuts that are worth playing around with.